What if I told you that one of the biggest reasons people struggle financially is not because they are lazy, not because they are unlucky, but because they were never taught the rules of money in the first place? Think about it. Most of us spent years in school learning math equations, history, dates, and science formulas. We memorized facts for exams, stayed awake all night studying, and worked hard to get good grades, but nobody sat us down and explained how money actually works. Nobody taught us how to build wealth. Nobody taught us how debt traps people. Nobody taught us how banks make money from ordinary people. Nobody taught us how to invest, budget, negotiate salaries, or escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. And because of that, millions of people enter adulthood completely unprepared. They get jobs, earn money, and still remain broke. Not because they are stupid, but because the system never prepared them. In today's video, we're going to uncover 10 powerful money rules schools failed to teach you, rules that wealthy people understand early, but most people discover too late. And if you truly understand these lessons, your entire financial future can change. So make sure you watch until the end, because some of these money rules could save you years of financial struggle. Let's begin. Rule number 1: your income alone will not make you rich. One of the biggest lies people grow up believing is this: get good grades, get a good job, and you'll be financially secure. Sounds reasonable, right? But real life proves otherwise. There are doctors living paycheck to paycheck. There are lawyers drowning in debt. There are high-income workers with zero savings. Why? Because income alone does not create wealth. Wealth is created by what you keep, what you invest, and how you manage your money. A person earning $50,000 a year who invests consistently can become wealthier than someone making $200,000 who spends everything. Schools taught people how to become workers, but they rarely taught people how to become owners. The wealthy understand something most people don't: money must eventually work for you. If you only trade time for money forever, your income always has limits. That's why wealthy people build assets. Assets are things that put money into your pocket. Businesses, investments, real estate, stocks, digital products, royalties. Meanwhile, many people spend their lives buying liabilities, things that take money away every month: expensive cars, luxury clothes, bigger houses they cannot truly afford. The sad truth is that many people look rich, but are financially stressed behind the scenes. Real wealth is not about appearance. It's about freedom. Freedom to make choices, freedom to say no, freedom to live without constant financial fear. And schools almost never teach that. Rule number 2: saving money alone is not enough. Many people were taught one basic financial lesson: save your money. Now, saving is important, but saving alone will not make you wealthy. Why? Because inflation quietly destroys the value of money over time. Every year, prices rise, food becomes more expensive, rent increases, fuel costs more, healthcare becomes more expensive. And if your money is just sitting in a bank account doing nothing, it slowly loses purchasing power. This is why wealthy people focus not only on saving, but on investing. Investing allows money to grow. When you invest wisely, your money starts producing more money. That's the power of compound growth. Small investments made consistently over long periods can become life-changing amounts, but schools rarely explain this. Most students graduate without understanding stocks, index funds, dividends, compound interest, or long-term investing. And because they never learn these concepts early, they start too late. Imagine two people. One starts investing small amounts at age 20. The other waits until 40. Even if the second person invests more money later, the first person often ends up wealthier because time matters more than people realize. The wealthy understand this deeply. They know time is one of the most valuable financial assets. The earlier you start, the more powerful compound growth becomes. That is a lesson schools should teach every teenager, but most never do. Rule number 3: debt can control your entire life. Debt is one of the most dangerous financial traps in the modern world. Yet schools barely teach people how debt actually works. Many young adults enter adulthood thinking debt is normal. Student loans, credit cards, car loans, buy now pay later plans. Everywhere you look, society encourages spending money you don't yet have. And companies profit massively from this behavior. Here's the dangerous part: debt steals your future income. Every payment you owe limits your future choices. A person drowning in debt may stay in jobs they hate simply because they cannot afford to leave. Debt creates pressure, stress, anxiety, fear, and high-interest debt can become nearly impossible to escape if people don't understand how interest compounds against them. Schools teach algebra, but many students graduate without understanding credit card interest. That's insane. The wealthy often use debt differently. They use debt strategically to acquire assets that generate income, but average people are often pushed into debt for consumption. That difference changes lives. Financial freedom becomes extremely difficult when most of your income already belongs to lenders. That's why one of the smartest financial habits is learning to control debt before it controls you. Rule number 4: lifestyle inflation keeps people broke. Have you noticed something strange? Every time many people earn more money, their expenses suddenly increase too. New phone, better car, more expensive apartment, designer clothes, luxury vacations. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it silently destroys wealth. The problem is not earning more. The problem is increasing spending every time income increases. Many people never feel financially secure because their lifestyle grows as fast as their paycheck. So no matter how much they earn, they still feel broke. Schools never teach emotional spending habits. They never explain how social pressure influences financial decisions. Modern society constantly tells people, buy more to look successful. But true wealth often looks boring. Many wealthy people drive normal cars, live below their means, avoid unnecessary debt, and invest aggressively. Meanwhile, some people spend years trying to look rich instead of becoming rich. One of the most powerful financial skills is learning delayed gratification, the ability to say, I can afford this, but I choose not to buy it. That mindset creates freedom, because financial success is not only about earning money, it's about controlling your behavior around money. Rule number 5: financial education is your responsibility. There's a hard truth. Nobody is coming to rescue your financial future, not your school, not your employer, not the government. If you want financial freedom, you must educate yourself. The internet has made knowledge more accessible than ever before. Books, podcasts, online courses, financial videos, business content, investment, education, the information exists. But most people never study money seriously. They spend years studying subjects they may never use again, while ignoring financial education that affects them every single day. Think about how strange that is. People spend more time researching a smartphone than learning how investing works, and then they wonder why money problems continue. The wealthy understand that financial education compounds just like money. The more you learn, the better your decisions become. And better decisions repeated over time create better outcomes. One good investment decision can change your life. One terrible financial mistake can set you back for years. That's why learning about money is not optional anymore. It's survival. Rule number 6: multiple income streams create security. Most people depend on a single source of income, their job, and that creates massive financial vulnerability, because if that income disappears, everything changes. Bills remain, rent remains, expenses remain, but the paycheck stops. Schools train people to become employees, but they rarely taught people how to diversify income. We live in a world where technology has created endless opportunities: freelancing, content creation, online businesses, investing, digital products, affiliate marketing, consulting, e-commerce. The wealthy often build multiple streams of income because they understand one important rule: financial security increases when money comes from different places. Imagine the difference between someone with one paycheck and someone earning from investments, a side business, and digital income at the same time. One financial setback becomes less dangerous. That's why side hustles have become so popular, not because people want to work endlessly, but because many people realize a single paycheck is no longer enough protection, and schools rarely prepared people for this reality. Rule number 7: your environment shapes your financial future. People around you influence your financial behavior more than you realize. If everyone around you spends recklessly, you'll likely normalize overspending. If everyone around you complains about money but never learns new skills, you may unconsciously adopt the same mindset. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, financially smart people, your standards begin to rise. Schools often focus only on academic performance, but mindset and environment matter enormously. Successful people protect their environment carefully. They consume better information, they learn from mentors, they avoid constant negativity, they study people who already achieve the results they want. This doesn't mean you abandon your friends, but it does mean you become intentional about influence. Because eventually,